right? And it benefits patients to understand, right, and to know what they're signing up for. And for some patients here, the book's, I mean, truth be told, the book's not going to help them, right? They're in a scenario where they're not going to qualify for a lot of these clinical trials. And so for those patients, they might find themselves in a situation where their only option is a phase 1 trial. But a lot of patients, when you look at polling data, and questionnaires, a lot of patients are willing, they're good people, right? Like at the end of the day, they want to help, even if it's not going to help them. They want to help future people who are going to be in this state. And so they're willing to go into these kind of phase 1 trials with the hope that it leads to something, right? Like knowing that it's probably not going to benefit them, but maybe down the road. And I, my impetus here was just that those people deserve to understand that that's what they're signing up for. And so that, like, again, there's parts of this that aren't really complicated. They're just not well known. So like one of the stats I throw into this book, right, is that there are, as of I think it was December of 2020, there were more clinical trials recruiting cancer patients than Burger Kings in the United States.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Right, like there's a lot of them out there, and that, and then when people start to understand things, so like to dive into it a little bit, right? So like a phase 1. So the way I pitch it in the book is that each of the phases is asking a slightly different question. So the phase 1 trial is asking, is it safe, right? So is this going to hurt anybody? So they're not even looking to see, not really, whether this is going to cure somebody's disease. They're looking for the right dose. So that they don't even know if they can give this to people yet, and what dose will be tolerated. And so, even from that, just knowing that, it opens up a whole can of worms if you're signing up for a phase 1, right? Because now I mean, the odds are you're going to get a dose that was either too low to be effective, right? Because I'm looking for the dose. So I'm going to start by giving, I'll give patient 1 a very, very, very low dose because I don't want to hurt anybody, but like so low that I really don't think it's going to work, but I don't want to hurt anybody. So I'm going to give that one. And then if that goes okay, I'm going to give the next person a little bit more, and then the next person a little bit more after that, until I hit a point where somebody gets sick. Right. But the majority of patients in that development are going to end up not being dosed correctly. Right. Even if the drug does get approved, you didn't get it at the right dose. And so, like it's those kind of things where I'm like, it's not a complicated idea, but if people knew that, I think then they would have a better understanding of what they're signing up for, and whether they want to participate or not, and what kind of questions they want to ask about their participation.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's move on from the depressing stuff. So you've self-published this through Amazon. How did that work?
So it was super easy, actually. I was hesitant at first, but from the date of deciding that I was going to finish this and sit down and publish it, so the day I had the manuscript done, to the first text I got that somebody had like a paperback copy in hand, was like a Monday to Friday transition, right? So like I submitted the manuscript on Monday, there was a paperback in my parents' hands by Friday, which is insane. I mean, if you really think about it, that's nuts. But it's really simple, and Amazon has a bunch of little 1-minute videos about how to do it. So they'll walk you through every step of the way. Basically, you just need to be, I'd say you need to be above average at Microsoft Word. Then you can take it from there. That's it. And the Kindle was even easier. I mean, the Kindle version was very straightforward. That one, because the Kindle is a little different, right? Because it has reformatting and reflowable text. So you on your Kindle can view the book in whatever font or size you want. But in some ways, as an author, that makes it a lot easier because I don't have to decide how to lay it out. I'll let you do it.
Exactly. That makes sense for sure. It takes a little bit of a headache off your plate. So obviously they'll take a cut for you selling it on their stuff, but is it for you, is it worth that? Like, is it a big cut, half, small cut? What, like?
Yeah. So on the Kindle copy, they take a 30% cut.
Mhm.
And then on the paperback, they take, I don't remember what the percentage comes out to be. I mean, I think it's like 60. But
Oof.
but part of that's the printing cost, right?
No, of
So,
course.
the nice thing about Amazon is that they print on demand, right? So I don't
Mhm.
have like 50 boxes of these things in my basement that I'm hoping to get rid of.
Yeah.
They'll print as people order it.
I'm that way
So
with these shirts. Please buy them.
yeah, right. So that's a nice feature to it.
Mhm.
And then they'll let you kind of play with the pricing, and then um, they also have advertising options. So I'm
Mhm.
playing with those now. I tried for like a week using the Kindle lock screen. That was a complete
Mhm.
flop. So now we're switching gears. Now it's a sponsored product campaign where it'll show up in people's searches as an Amazon sponsored product.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I feel
they
like
make it really easy.
I feel like the first time you try an advertisement with a big platform like that, it always flops. Like the first time I did one with like Instagram and one with Facebook, and I got like 2 subscribers out of it, and I was like, well, that was worthless.
Yeah,
But it's like I don't like. They'll tell you this many people saw it. It's like you have no way of knowing if those people were like bots, whatever.
yeah.
Especially for social media. But yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, you get a
Well,
higher
and
cut through
cool.
the Kindle. So if anyone is thinking of buying it, buy it through the Kindle.
Well, to be fair, I priced them so I get the same cut either way. That was
Oh,
my
never mind. Buy whichever one you want.
yeah, whichever one you want. Um, but I will say the nice thing about the Amazon ads, if anybody's thinking of going that way, is I only pay Amazon if somebody clicks on the ad. So
Mm,
you don't pay per view, you pay per click.
that's
Um,
nice.
yeah. So at the very least, I only pay if somebody was interested enough to kind of check out the page.
No, that's fair enough. I feel like that's a good system.
Yeah, right.